Hello, I'm Adam Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support the Young and the Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's a late night upload for me because I just finished watching the latest episode and I am practically vibrating with energy. Grab a snack and a drink because we have so much to unpack today and I just cannot keep these thoughts to myself anymore. Let's dive right in. I cannot believe they are doing this to Jack again. Seriously, I am sitting here typing furiously because my heart is just pounding after that last scene. I mean, Jack Abbott is in a full-blown panic. And honestly, can we blame the guy? He has been completely separated from his wife, but at least before, he actually knew where Diane Jenkins Abbott was staying. Now, he has absolutely no idea, and the fear in Jack's eyes is just tearing me apart. You can literally feel his desperation bleeding through the screen, and I am just so incredibly stressed out for him. He is losing his absolute mind, and I am right there with him. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's rewind for a second, because we need to talk about how we even got to this terrifying point. Can we talk about Diane's absolute hypocrisy leading up to this? I know some people are loving this vulnerable side of Diane, but personally, I am so frustrated with her choices lately. She literally moved out of the Abbott estate, the very same Abbott estate that, as us longtime viewers remember, she just spent months beautifully redecorating to make it her perfect little sanctuary. She packed up and moved to the Genoa City Athletic Club all because she decided Jack's behavior on that yacht with Patty Williams was some kind of unforgivable sin. I'm sorry, but are you kidding me, Diane? Jack was drugged. He was literally a victim of Patty's psychotic schemes, but Diane just threw her hands up and said it represented irreconcilable differences. Like, the absolute nerve of this woman to play the morality card. I've been watching since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most frustrating things they've done with her character in a while. Remember when they tried this kind of high and mighty act with her years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. Because let's not forget Diane's own resume of terror. Years ago, Diane literally faked her own death in Genoa City, Wisconsin. She faked her death and tried to frame Nikki Newman for a murder that never even happened. And what did Jack and Kyle do? They gave her an infinite amount of grace. They welcomed her back, forgave her lies, and fought the entire town to protect her. Tracy Abbott, who is the absolute MVP of this show, let's be real, literally sat Diane down and reminded her of all this. Tracy tried so hard to give her a well-meaning reality check. She basically told Diane, hey, look at the massive forgiveness my brother gave you, maybe cut him some slack? But did Diane listen? Nope. She stayed stubbornly at the GCAC, completely isolating herself. And because she isolated herself, she walked right into a trap. Okay, back to the point. Diane is missing, and Jack is spiraling. And the reason she is missing is because of Dr. Lawrence Markham. Am I the only one who gets immediate chills whenever this guy is on screen? He is clearly not a good guy. He is part of this massive, twisted conspiracy with Patty Williams, and he is currently holding Diane hostage in this weird, barred room under the guise of giving her psychiatric treatment. Diane wakes up, completely disoriented, terrified, and what does this creep do? He gaslights her. He stands there and calmly lies to her face, telling her that she had a severe mental breakdown and that Jack, her own husband, agreed that this was the best place for her. I was screaming at my television. Diane is standing there clutching a letter opener for dear life, demanding to be let out, and Markham is just acting like she's a hysterical patient. It is so dark and so twisted. But here is where my brain is going into overdrive. Did you guys catch the books on the shelf in Diane's prison room? Books written by Dr. Alan Laurent. So why are those books there? My mind is racing. We know Martin Laurent was arrested, but what if he didn't go to jail? What if he was transferred to a mental health facility? Maybe the same one Patty was in? We all know Patty has a history of using plastic surgery to steal identities. Remember when she altered her face to look exactly like Dr. Emily Peterson? What if Patty helped Martin Laurent get a whole new face, and Dr. Lawrence Markham is actually Martin in disguise? If that happens, my head will explode. Because if Markham is Martin, that means Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman are going to get dragged right back into this nightmare. They survived Martin's twisted psychological trap clinic before. Can you imagine Phyllis and Sharon teaming up to rescue Diane? Phyllis hates Diane, but trauma bonding is a real thing. I kinda hate that I love this theory, but I am so here for it. And speaking of Patty Williams, I cannot even deal with her right now. Patty is officially back to her most unhinged, terrifying self. She shows up at Jack's house, acts all innocent, and then pulls out a photo of Diane unconscious in a white padded cell. A padded cell. Jack's wife is locked in a literal asylum room, and Patty is standing there holding it over his head like a trophy. And then she drops the absolute sickest ultimatum ever. She tells Jack that Diane's well-being is in his hands, and that they are going to find the magic we had on the yacht. I threw my remote. I literally threw it. She is blackmailing Jack for sex. She is holding his wife hostage and demanding he sleep with her to get Diane back. It is so disgusting, so vile, and yet it is peak soap opera drama, and I cannot look away. Jack's reaction was everything. He was disgusted. He was furious. But you could see the absolute terror setting in, because he knows Patty is crazy enough to let Diane rot in that cell if he doesn't comply. But thank God for Tracy. Tracy saw Patty in the park cafe handing over an envelope of cash to Dr. Markham. Tracy knows they are plotting something evil, and she's already playing psychological chess with Patty, threatening her with the mental hospital. Get her, Tracy. So, where does Victor Newman fit into all of this? Because you know the mustache is lurking in the shadows. Viewers can totally feel that Diane is caught in Victor's web, and they are absolutely right. Have you noticed how Victor refuses to call her Diane Abbott? He exclusively uses her maiden name, Diane Jenkins. He pauses right before he says it, just to make sure the disrespect lands perfectly. He hates her, and he loves watching Jack suffer. I know some people think Victor is directly paying off Dr. Markham, but I'm torn. I kind of think Victor set the stage, but Patty took it to a level even Victor didn't anticipate. I mean, Victor told Patty she exceeded his expectations, but then he turned around and claimed Patty was the sole person who drugged Jack's drink. Victor is playing both sides. He wants to destroy Jack's marriage, but he also wants to keep his own hands clean. It is classic Victor manipulation. And while all this is happening, Victor is also treating Nikki terribly. Nikki is suffering from these horrible headaches, and instead of being a supportive husband, Victor is just being cold and hostile because they are separated. It's like Victor is just spreading misery everywhere he goes right now. I kind of feel bad for Nikki, and her and Diane could probably bond over how horribly Victor treats his wives and exes. Wait, actually, no they wouldn't. They hate each other. See? I'm contradicting myself because my emotions are just all over the place tonight. Jack has to focus. He just has to. Beating Victor is something Jack has only managed to do on a few rare occasions in the history of this show. But right now, the Victor feud doesn't even matter. Defeating Victor has to take a back seat, because finding Diane is the only thing that is important. The introduction of Dr. Markham is such a massive, terrifying wild card. Jack doesn't know what this guy's endgame is. He doesn't know why this random doctor is helping Patty. Taking on Victor Newman is a monumental task on a good day, but doing it while your wife is missing and you are completely disoriented? It's almost impossible. At first, Jack isn't going to know if Patty is acting completely alone or if Victor is pulling her strings. But honestly, that detail doesn't even matter right now. Diane's safety is Jack's absolute priority. He is going to tear Genoa City apart looking for her. He and Kyle are going to go on a warpath, and I am dreading the pain they are going to go through. But I am also so excited to see Jack fight for his wife. Eventually, this has to lead to their ultimate reunion. Jack is going to find her. He is going to save her from that padded cell, and Diane is finally going to realize that she never should have let Victor's manipulation and Patty's craziness push her away from the man who loves her. She needs to realize that Jack is her protector, not her enemy. I am going to be a nervous wreck until the next episode. What is Jack going to do? Is he going to give in to Patty's disgusting demands to save Diane? Is Tracy going to crack the case? Is Markham actually Martin Laurent? I need answers immediately. Let me know what you guys think in the comments because I am losing my mind over here.